Well, good evening. You're very welcome to round number 2 of TTML Division 4 here at the Shanghai International Circuit for tonight's Chinese Grand Prix. My name is Graham, and joining me tonight is Joseph Corboy. Hi, Joseph.
Hello, Graham. How are you? Did you bring your mask?
Not too bad, Joe. I'm good, thank you. No, I don't need one inside, Joe. In my own home, where I am alone, so I don't need one of those.
Graham, we're in China, Graham.
Yeah, Joe, I'm aware of that.
We're in the commentary box in China, Shanghai. China. Come on, Graham.
That we are.
This is 2020. Get with it.
Oh, my apologies. Anyways, we're just loading in. 14 drivers is our lot for tonight. Be interesting what the weather conditions are like. China can throw a few surprises when it comes to the weather. Monsoon, mostly to speak, but all in good time. Joe, I suppose we're waiting for this to load. Would you like to go through the standings after the first week of action that took place at Bahrain?
Yeah, I will, yeah. Phone. Podium, podiums, Faxland finished first in Bahrain, followed by Jagermal and Ryan B 1994. The standings as follows: Faxland leading the way with 30 points, Jagermal in second with 25, Ryan B in third with 20, Florian in fourth with 18 after that mighty strategy, the softs to the mediums. Cam in fifth with 17, Nicky in sixth with 14, TF1 Gran in seventh with 13, Atlas Scopo in eighth with 12, Maximus in ninth with 11, and DRS Aquaplanning in 10th with 10 points. Graham, that's the standings. Top 10. I thought you went there. I don't know where you're going.
Well, the constructors, very briefly, is Ferrari on 38 points, Alfa Romeo 31, Haas 30, Mercedes on 26, I believe, and McLaren on 25.
Oh, sorry.
So that's right.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, my bad. I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Joe. I believe Ira Zara is going to be the first one to get us underway. He's on softs. A couple of people in the pits putting on mediums. Again, I don't think this doesn't really change anything because
it's not really necessary, like really.
But
it is necessary, but like.
I think you're right, because if you stick on a set of mediums now, you're building up to a set of softs later on, which means you're going to be using the softs. So why not just use them from the start?
Use your, yeah.
And if it's a case of you don't want to use all your softs and save a set for the race, that's fine. You could do, 2 runs instead of 3, and save them that way. But people look out on the speeds are Kieran Chop, Florian, and Cam.
Yeah, but I don't understand. I don't see the point, like, in starting on mediums. Like, I think you should just go out and go hell for leather. Like, just get up as far as you can. I know the softs are bad. You have to pit like lap 4 or lap 5, but there will be safety cars, and then you get a chance to go on mediums.
Are you confident about that?
Yes.
Were there safety cars during the week in Division 2?
Yes, there is 2. And a VSC. So
VSC,
I'm confident.
If you're a betting man, Joe, would you bet on it?
Yes.
And I know you to be a betting man.
Yeah, I am. Graham,
As am
I don't want to hear my life story. You don't want to hear my life story, Graham.
Well, you beat me to it. Even though I brought it up. I actually was going to say that, but fair enough. You said it for me, so it means I don't have to.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I was Zara is on a lap. Sorry, you were going to say something else there, Joe. What was you going to say?
Not sure. I'm not quite sure, but Graham, how do you feel about this track? Do you like driving it?
Do I like? So personally, this might be my weakest track across many F1 games. I can't hook it up for some reason. I do think it can be enjoyable when you get it hooked up. Sector 2 is probably the most fun part, where I believe that's Cam going through now on these mediums. Um, I, I don't know. You can get some good side-by-side racing here. This track does encourage good side-by-side racing once you're alongside someone.
Yeah.
I don't know. My own personal feelings are mixed here, because I think it's a decent track, but because I've had such bad experiences with it past, it's just low on my list. So, but that's it.
What do you think?
It's more personal for me though than other people. It's more difficult for me as Ivazara does a 31.4 there. It's more difficult for me to put that aside compared to other tracks where it's not. You know, you can argue it's not as good, but I have more fun driving it.
What's your difficulties like? What do you find hard like around here?
See, it's not even one thing. It's just I'm just slow around here.
The whole track.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
yeah.
As a Cam then does a 30.3 on the medium tire there, take provisional pole. I don't know. For me, it's just like I could hook a lap up fine. I don't know. Like I don't know. I guess the one part I dislike, and I want to see if it's Zam. He's coming up to it here. It's a left-hander, and then the snail section on the right. This corner, I've always struggled with because it is not nice. Now, if you hook it up nicely, you have a big advantage, but it's just you don't know how to quite take it. You know, when do you put your foot down, and you don't. It's one of the. Look, this track has a few traction zones where you can lose it. That corner might be one of the more challenging ones where it's so important heading onto that back straight, that long back straight. If you can't get that right, you're on the back foot. I'm able to hook up the rest of the track fine personally, but that corner is just one I just do not like at all.
Yeah, I don't really like the. Do you know where the bikes are now? Where's that Red Bull? See the Red Bull, where the Red Bull is now? The corner before that.
Dark.
The
only Red Bull's nice.
Sector 2 split. The Sector 1 split.
I actually don't mind that place at all. I don't mind that at all.
That's where I lost the car yesterday. I just lost it. Out of pure traction, like. And I hate it. And that corner, that big long swooping, I don't know what it's that Renault on lap. Where that Renault is, you have taken 7th and you just lose the car there, like. Hate that.
Taken in 7th?
Yeah.
I think I'll go down to 6th actually on that particular turn.
Nah.
So it sounds like, Joe, you're not like me then, you're not especially too fond of this track.
I don't mind it. It's a challenge, but I like a challenge, but you know, oh my god.
Is everything okay?
Just the normal noises in the Cabrai household. But I don't mind the track. I like it, but sometimes don't like it, if you get me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Joe, there's very little going on track at the moment.
Oh my!
I saw a big mess there where Saige was in Faxland and there's Storm as well. Tell us what happened there, Joe.
I thought Storm was going to go into the back of Saige. Saige was on the left hand side. He went straight over to the right hand side, and I thought Storm was going to get ended.
I don't think Faxland's too pleased. He's weaving away there. He's not too happy. Whatever just happened. I was just going to say before that though, it's been a very uneventful first round. You got just over 10 minutes left. Only 8 people set a time. We're getting a few more people out on track, but I don't think anyone's. I think Florius is starting a flying lap, so we'll go with him. As he tries to hook up turns 1 and 2. And then the exit of 3 here. This can also be a difficult corner to get the power down. You want to get down as soon as possible. And it's important heading down to, I think, one of the... Actually, you know what? As much as I don't really get on with this track, that heading down to turn 6, if you can make an overtake there, it's a very satisfying thing to do. Requires a good run out of turn 3, though, to make it happen.
It does, yeah.
Turn 3 / turn 4. They're kind of one and the same. But it's very satisfying to get done heading down towards that breaking point of turn 6. faster sector 2 for Florian. Well, back at one to get away a little bit out of turn 11.
Yeah, you don't want to get on that curb there. That's part of the snail there.
Not a bad turn 12 to be fair, or turn 13 rather.
No, it's good.
Let's see what he's got. 30.3 is the time to beat. Of course, can't set that time on the medium compound tire, so he's got that time is surely there to be had, given that the delta between the softs and mediums is obviously pretty large. A clean final course.
Yeah, 1.3 seconds.
Pole. It is the 30 flat.
Or 30 flat.
I thought it might be. So either there's more time to be found here, or that's an incredible lap from Cam on the medium tire.
I think it. What did I do yesterday? I can't believe it. I can't remember what I did yesterday.
You looked at the timing screen.
Something
15 minutes beforehand.
No, I can't remember what I did.
You were looking at the pole time, weren't you?
No, I can't remember what time I did on the mediums myself in practice yesterday. I think it was only a tenth quicker than that.
So you're in the 30s regardless.
Yeah.
Ooh, tight there. Faxland just a couple of hundreds down on Florian. Stays in, or moves up to second place rather. So Faxland's showing some good turn of pace early part of the season. Seems to be planning to be chasing, at least for the time being. Maximus just starting a lap, very understeery entry into the final corner. Kieran Trackos a third, 30.2 for him. We're just ticking Joe over 8 minutes to go. If you're a Cam, what are you thinking? You're in P4, you're on mediums. You've got a good chance to start inside the top 10 on those mediums. You've already said that you wouldn't do it. But if you're in Cam's shoes, what would you do?
I'd try and stay there on mediums. Try and stay there. Because he's high enough up and the softs do tend to go off fairly quick. So if he can, try and stay there as best as he can.
So if he fell to somewhere like P7, P8, would you reckon maybe it might be worth going on the softs to get as high as possible? Because if he's got that pace in mediums, if he's got that kind of pace on mediums, you imagine he'd be able to get, close to the front row, if not pole position.
100%. So that's what, 1.2? That's 1.
Yeah, it's a 29.
29.1, like, that's just wow.
We'll see what happens. He's got plenty of time to just sit and just let others try and take it to him. Doesn't look like again, we've got just under 7 minutes to go. And, there's not a lot of, he's not under any immediate pressure, you'd have to say. But let's see what Dark is doing. Dark is about to come into the last corner. Can maybe not take as much curve as perhaps you'd like. He does move up into the top 3 though, and does push Cam down to 5th place, 30.2 for Dark in the Red Bull. It's quite a quiet session, Joe, to be honest.
Yeah, it is not. I don't know.
There's 14 drivers, and it just feels like it's a lot quieter than 14 drivers.
Yeah, because most people are in the pits, like, it's only 1, 2, 3,
but like,
4,
no,
5,
but you know what
6,
I mean,
7.
like, that aside.
Oh yeah, times are going in thick and fast, like, is that what you mean?
It doesn't feel like, times are flying in, like, like I know there's still 14 drivers, like, I know obviously a lot of them in the pits, as you say, but it just feels like there's a few less. Maybe it's because, you have to just stagger the runs, and just,
Yeah.
Here is Storm, though, on medium tyres. Try for another run on mediums. See if he can get in the top 10. Ooh, a bit twitchy there. Runs out of ERS. It should be a bit. No, he just about moves into the top 10. 30 points, 21.2. That I can almost assuredly say will not be safe enough.
No, I don't. I think he should go on softs.
Storm definitely should now go on softs, yes.
Or, like, either like that or, I don't know, like, wait it out. I don't know.
The chances of dropping, the chances of Cam dropping, say, for a 10th are obviously much less than Storm dropping at the top 10. So Cam can afford to wait. Storm, maybe not so much. If he wants to start inside the top 10, that is. Ooh, horrific understeer there. I'm looking at Iva Zara coming out of turn 12. didn't want to get off the throttle. Sometimes you're just better off to just do a little lift, just get back inside, just cut back onto that inside part of it rather than run all the way outside. A classic, if you're new to, big lock up there. If you're new to F1 racing games, a tip for you is to use as little of the track as possible. You know, do you want to, as in, and I say that as in the context of a racing line, so to shorten your run as much as you can. So not running out wide at every single corner. That corner, especially turn 13, you want to try and start wide and then cut back in, rather than use the entire outer part of it, because that's only you're only increasing the distance you have to travel before you get to your start finish line, and the less distance you can travel, the better. So you lost a lot of time because you went out so wide in that corner. Joe, there's nothing happening on track.
I know, it's a ground just looking at fun here.
Zilch. Okay, someone's popping in now. I don't think I've ever seen that. Like, with 4 minutes to go in a session, that there was no one out on track, basically. That's mad. You'd imagine there's always someone ticking around, isn't there?
There is always one, and here comes Saige on his outlap.
I've been spoiled on the race show.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So don't look at YouTube if you don't want to be spoiled.
I'm looking in straight away. I'm loading up here.
You don't want to.
I'm just gonna look where I want to.
Well, we mean like I know now at this stage.
Fair enough. Yeah, I know now. Yeah.
We can not acknowledge it. It's fine.
Yeah, we won't. Yeah, it's okay. I didn't see that.
Didn't see it. Yeah.
I thought. No, nothing happened. No.
Nothing at all happened. So we got Saige coming on his outlap. A few others now beginning to join them. Everyone basically everyone who's leaving the pits for the moment is out on the soft compound tyre.
I think what's Cam doing? Cam's still on me.
He's still sitting in the pits. I think he's just sitting. Like the gap, it's a 7/10. Like you look for the gap between him and 10th. It's nearly a second. You know. And if you look from him to Zam, it's 6/10. I don't think 5 drivers are making 7+ tenths on him.
Definitely doesn't look like he's coming out. Like definitely.
I don't think he needs to. He's only got a few more seconds to do so. Oh, just look at this traffic that Saige just had to pass. Just about got by it in time. I'd say 3 more seconds. That would have been absolutely disastrous. But he is through. And on his flying lap, you shouldn't have too much traffic to contend with. As he gets on his flying lap, most of them are getting towards the end of Sector 2. Downhill braking, he's 2 tenths up on his time, but his time is at 32.7, which is the slowest of anyone who has set a flying lap.
Cam's coming out, Graham.
So plenty of time to improve on. Cam is coming out, as you say. Now he's played this nicely because he's the last car coming out, I believe, is that Toro Rosso. I think it must be aquaplaning. Sorry,
AlphaTauri, Graham.
Yeah, thank you. Of aquaplaning, which means he can. Everyone else can set a lap time, and then he can decide where to back off his current lap or not. So Cam's worked out quite nicely. That's not a bad exit there for Saige onto that back straight.
It's not a bad split. The second sector, nearly a second up, like.
Yeah, that seems to be where he lost all his time then. Let's see then where this puts him. There, I think next up is the I think is the Red Bull of Dark, but I'm gonna have a look. Anyways, misses the apex slightly. Maybe could take more curb, but it's going to be an improvement of a 1:30.9. Puts him up into 6th place.
Yeah, I think Cam is safe.
I think Cam is very much safe. One of the few drivers ahead of Cam is Dark. Seems like he's 3 tenths up on his current time, which would put him into the 29s and on pole position. See how he opens the DRS. This is going to be his last attempt because the checker flag is about to come out, and everyone crossing the line now. I don't think Aquapan is going to make it there. It's going to be very tight. Let's have a quick check. No, he's not going to make it.
Ooh.
No, checker flag's out.
No.
He's missed it. Here comes Dark then. Can he take provisional pole position? Yes. Oh, by a decent bit. 29.7 for him. Kieran Trapp
with
moved
it.
to P2. 29.8. Here comes Conti. And he moves up just behind his teammate. 30.5. Good effort from Conti. Not always one to excel in qualifying, but he's done well there. Storm is next, and he's 6/10 up on his lap and dives into the pit, so he's taking strategy then for this race. Neymar then is next.
Neymar
Stays in 9th. Ivazara jumps up to P7. Another Mercedes of Florian dives into the pits. He is also staying there. There are 2 Renaults, I believe, are next. First one is Zam. 30.9 for him. Psychade's going to peel into the pit, having said his laps before. And Zam then is going to... Oh, he moves ahead of Cam. 30.3. 5th place for the Renault driver. Where is Faxland? He's ahead of Cam, of course. Opens the ERS. Can he take pole position? No. 29.9. He moves up into 3rd place. Cam looks like he's going to complete this lap, is he? Oh no, he slams on the brakes. 6th place, I think, is good enough to start.
I think
on those mediums. He's just ahead of his teammate, and he just lost out there to Zam by 500ths. It's a short run down to turn 1 as well. Bear that in mind too. It's a short run down to turn 1, so the extra grip that you would get on the softer tyre, not as much of a factor here than other tracks with the short run, or shorter run down to turn 1. That, Joe, is your lot for qualifying.
Yeah, it's interesting, alright. Quite interesting.
But not quite interesting enough to keep you from yawning, okay?
Yeah, sorry about that.
So Dark takes pole position then at 29.7, a good effort from him. Kieran Trapp, 29.8, is in 2nd. Faxland 3rd, Florian 4th, Zam in 5th, Cam on mediums in 6th place, Conti 7th, Ivazara 8th, Psygate 9th, and Neymar then in 10th position. Outside the top 10, free to choose their own strategy, be Aquaplaning, Maximus, Storm, and Atlas, who did set a lap time, but on the medium tyres at the end. So again, like Storm, seems to be prioritising strategy. I reckon, Joe, we're going to see some people start on the hard compound tyre.
They're dead, right?
We'll have to explain why in a sec. But let's see who does first, and let's see who doesn't. Given the circumstances, it might not be the worst idea to start on softs, but we're gonna find out.
No, don't start on softs.
No, I said the top 10.
Nice.
I mean those like do qualify inside of
them. I don't know.
It's gonna be interesting to see. We'll have to see how it all unfolds.
Prediction?
A prediction? I want to choose between Faxland and Cam, but that first phase is going to be very important for Cam. It's going to be hard to say.
He wants to stay. Be careful anyways, because, you know, lap 1 shenanigans happened.
Lap 1 shenanigans happened, and I believe Division 4 were warned in no uncertain terms for their driver conduct ahead of this race after last week's showing, shall we say. Anyways, formation lap, there's our predicted strategy. It's not going to be a 2-stop, medium, soft, medium. That will not be it. No runners on the hards outside the top 10. So let's get this out. Let's talk about this then. So there was supposedly, there is supposedly going to be rain come the end of this race. So I thought we might see someone start on hards for that reason, but the rain must be at the very, very end, which means strategy then will be largely unaffected. So we'll see how that unfolds. It's good news for Cam then that the people behind him are choosing the mediums rather than say the hards. That would have worried me personally if that was the case.
I would have started the hard if I was Atlas Scope or Storm.
Talk us through the strategy, Joe. What are you expecting? in normal
I was
dry
expecting
conditions.
at least. So the hard medium, that's meant to be over OP, like apparently it's meant to be good. But I
Can
don't
you
know.
go softs hards to end this race?
Yes.
You can.
Yeah.
And what lap would people be pitting for those?
Lap 6, 4, 4, 5, 6. Depends.
And you'd expect the
6
mediums to go
preferably.
to what, lap 11, 12?
11. Yeah. Yes.
So that's the idea. There's a lot of weaving going on that back straight. I don't think it's completely necessary because the softs I'm sure will warm up very quickly. Mediums will require a bit more switch on. Of course, you don't need to be racking up your tyre wear on your formation lap, which around China is going to be pretty high, your tyre wear. So we shall see. Did you make your prediction, Joe, for who's going to win this race?
No, I didn't know. I'm not even going to make a prediction.
Oh, so you were dodging it then.
I wasn't even paying attention, Graham.
You asked the question.
Yeah, I know I wasn't. Sorry, we're going to get racing now.
28 laps around
Faxland.
Around Shanghai. If you're going Faxland, then that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Here we go. 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. Very slowly, but we are away. Looks like a good start for Kieran Trapp. He'll be going down the inside of Dark into turn 1. Dark actually seemed to found a bit of speed. I think he may have used his ERS to stay in front because Kieran Trapp was bound to be side by side, but they all seem to get through relatively cleanly. Bit of ghosting action going on.
Ghosting going on here.
Cam's already up to 3rd place, so he's had a fantastic start. He was just going side by side there with Faxland. But all seems to be well, heading down towards turn number 6. Ivazara thinking about a move there on Florian, who's got... Oh, he's oversteered into the side of Sygate then, I believe. I'm not sure if he's got wind damage. Didn't see any pieces fly off, but he has lost position to Ivazara in the process. It looks like Storm's had an interesting first lap as well as playing on Maximus. That is for P12, so they all seem to get through relatively cleanly there, Joe.
Yeah, relatively clean. Very happy. Didn't see what happened to Florian, though.
Ivazara completely missed the breaking point. He went down the inside on Psychic.
Oh,
he's dangerously
no,
the track.
no!
Florian's gone off as well. I think he had to avoid it. Oh, it's been a disastrous start. Oh, very, very poor. Zam then is going to try and get by Ivazara then into 5th place rather. So that's there's a big pull out there. I think that was aquaplaning.
Yeah.
Who oh, look at this. Oh no, it's like 4 wide heading down towards the hairpin. Oh no. Oh, there's been contact. There's a car well off the track. I think that's the Haas of Ivazara. I think Zam's going to keep this one. It's Conti and Storm side by side. Oh no. Let's go on board with someone, shall we? Let's go on board with Maximus. It is not lap 3, it is lap 2, so bear that in mind. It's Conti going down the inside, then Storm still side by side. Aquafine trying to get in this mix as well. Oh, I think there's been a bit of a punt there. Whoever's behind Ivazara has actually punted them off the track somewhat there. Looks like there's timings, they're all over the place, but Storm then looking like he's ahead of Aquafine and Saigen right then as well. So he's going to leave his car in, is he? Oh, it's late. I think now the timing screens are okay. And,
yeah, they're okay now.
Oh, Cam's going around the outside of Kieran Trapp in Sector 2. Down towards, I believe this is turn number 10. Terrible camera angles. A bit of argy-bargy, but I think Cam has gotten through and he's into 2nd place and he's making great progress on his mediums, which is what he didn't even need to do that, just need the whole position, but he's making great progress on those mediums already. It looks like things have settled down here a little bit, but timing screens are still a little all over the place.
Yeah, come to the course there, Graham. Come into the sales section.
Oh, more argy-bargy stuff. Oh, Sygate and Storm going at it. There's definitely big contact there, and I think that's Maximus coming through then. So it's a dodgy stuff to open this Chinese Grand Prix. Maximus going down the inside of Storm into the hairpin. Sygate right then there as well. Neymar right there too, and Maximus moves into P8 then. As Cam sets a fast lap of the race. Oh, Maximus and Storm. Oh, and Sygate's completely botched the last corner. I think he's got wind damage.
He's damaged. On the left side.
Atlas then
Oh,
steaming through
Atlas, oh my god.
into turn 1. Oh, he's on the mediums. I thought he might understeer into that Ferrari for a second. But it looks like he's running okay. And Florian and Cygate then. I don't think he's got any damage. He was just sent deep into the gravel trap on lap 1. So I don't think he's got any damage as Ivazar pits onto the hard compound tyres. So that's good news for Florian at least, although less than ideal. I believe he had to get the hell out of Dodge, essentially, at that snail section when it all kicked off.
Oh, it was terrible.
At the front, 6/10 and closing is Cam on Dark. DRS is now enabled this lap. I wonder if we're going to see our first exchange for the lead of this race. He's using overtake. He's trying to use as much as he can.
Oh, you reel them in here, Graham. Reel them in.
He will. Goes defensive.
Easy
but
move.
Nothing can stop Cam from getting through there before the braking zone. Very easy move, and like you say, Kieran Chap 1.6 behind that. Faxland within DRS of him. There's a bit of a gap to Zam, who seems to be the big. Well, he started in 5th to be fair, but it seems like he's been here, there, everywhere. As Neymar and
Atlas and Neymar
going very wide. That Ferrari and Florian's going to nip through as well. Let's see what. Oh, he's been punted!
Oh my god!
Ferrari is round. Absolutely just exploded his rear.
What are you doing?
And Florian once again somehow has managed to escape relatively unharmed, although his emotions might be hurt a little bit after that.
Graham, what is going on here?
It must have been a complete misjudgment. Anyways.
Yeah, but you just don't do. Anyways, Florian is
somehow
Atlas.
Florian is still pointing in the same direction. I have no idea how he's doing it. A bit of luck has been involved, but he is somehow still here. Yellow flag in sector 1. I'm not sure who that is as Neymar emerges from the pits. Aquaplaning Joe ran very, very close to the back of Conti on softs. Aquaplaning on mediums. Begin to see, Joe, the mediums begin to come into their own now.
Yeah, well, yeah. As you can see, Cam with a 1.3 gap.
The dirty air on those mediums coming through that snail section was horrific. Had to wait so long to Aquaplaning to get on the throttle, and when he does, it's going to be enough. No, it wasn't going to be enough in the end. That's how much he's losing as Florian's going to get by Atlas here with the DRS. I think the worst part for Florian is that he has to be on those softs. As Faxland is in. Wow, that's an early stop. Faxland is in. End of lap 4. And Zam is in too. First of the front runners to make their stops.
Aquaplaning.
Side by side action still. Soft versus mediums. I think Aquaplaning should be able to win this. Yes. Once you get to that part of the track, you have to basically make a choice. Otherwise, you might be pinched on the from the car on the outside. But Aquaplaning is through. Hard tyres for Faxland and Zam, as you probably would expect. Florian comes into the pits too to ditch his softs. I'm sure a bit of extra temperature given how many times he's been hit from around.
Shocking. Shocking.
Plenty of time to go though.
Don't need battle now. Yeah, lap 5, Graham. Oh, jeez.
The only battle?
Sorry. Yeah, it's hard. There's no battle going on there. Just trying to get comfortable here.
Well, please
I'm on edge.
Take your time.
I'm on edge here, Graham.
There's no one in DRS of each other, so we're basically waiting for the pit stops to kind of unfold. And for the guys in the top 5 on softs, that should be in the next lap or so.
Should be now. Should be.
Dark is coming in. Kieran Chap follows him in as well. And let's see what Conti does. And he's also in. So lap 5 was the furthest anyone wants to take the soft compound tyres. Not surprising, of course. Now, will Faxland and company have got their tyres up to temperature? Oh, Faxland's lost the back end! Oh, he just caught it. A very scary moment. He would have lost just under a second or so at that. was just going to ask if he would have got a chance for an undercut. He's going to be coming at speed. He might catch Kieran Trapp here. Onto the racing line. Oh, very, very, very close. Almost collected the racing point. Just about. That error almost cost him that undercut. But as it stands, he is through. And that is a net P3, I believe, for Faxland.
Net P2, Graham. Dark.
Yeah, but
Cam
sorry.
wasn't paid,
Yeah, sorry. I was assuming Cam's going to be in that top 3 as well. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah, well, he probably will.
Like, if you look at the gap to Cam already, you know, 28 seconds between him and Kieran Trapp in 7th. 11 seconds between him and Aquapanic in 2nd. 15 to Maximus. 16 now to Maximus in 3rd. So that's kind of stuff we're looking at here.
Yeah, and he still has to go another 6 laps. So...
But those hards won't be
yeah,
fantastic
it's going to be
either.
more.
Mm.
But them hards will take a few laps to get going, like get racing.
This is the thing, you see. Faxland already got his hards a lap of extra running compared to Kieran Trapp here, who has got DRS, but won't be making enough time on this long back straight to try and make that move, take that place back off of Faxland. Just has to keep with him, save a bit of ERS. Don't expect penalties to be much of a thing here. We saw in Division 2, basically whoever got penalties really hurt themselves in the final race result, because this is not really a track where people pick up a lot of penalties. Really, the last corner is the main place you would ever get a penalty from. And well, speak of the devil, we got our first penalty for corner cutting, and it is Storm coming out of that last corner.
Yeah, Atlas close up to Maximus here. Coming to turn 7, is it, I believe? The long sweeping left, then the right. Another right, and now the left again.
I was going to say that's left.
Yeah, and another left. Oh, yeah, he doesn't really be taking much speed through that corner there, that last one. You want to watch now, traction. Make sure you don't get on that curb. Upshift.
Back end one to get away from
and get going. Oh.
Very wide exit too.
Yeah.
Nothing doing heading down towards the hairpin. A bit later on the brakes perhaps though. Maybe he might be scoping out a weakness or two. That might be a weakness he could scope out. If he's a bit later on the brakes into that corner, it might help him at some point later on. But just need to get closer down that back straight before making before he can get on late on the brakes there.
I believe Kieran Trapp's closing in on Faxland. Oh, he goes very wide there. Oh, that'd be a warning. Yeah, there's not really much going on, Graham. Like, there's, it wasn't even a warning, Graham.
That's surprising.
I know, yeah. Usually you get warned there, like.
The run off of that last corner is very important to set up any move that you want to be making into turn 1, because it's not the longest straight in the world, which means your exit has to be very good, or
bang on.
And even like it has to be that, and I think even to an extent as well. At the same time, your opponent's exit has to be pretty bad as well. You basically have to be pushing the car out of the last corner to have any chance, really, of making DRS overtake down towards turn 1. It's not. Oh, yo, flag.
Ooh.
Ivazara facing the wrong way. Heading down towards turn 5.
Oh, and Neymar's off as well.
Same place.
What's going on there?
It's got wing damage.
Yep.
I'm not sure if Ivazara's got wing damage. Hard to see with these terrible camera angles. No, his wing looks okay. Just may have just lost the back end. But that Ferrari, less. This is the bare run for Kieran Trapp, heading out of turn 13. But again, even though he's 5/10, is that going to be long enough? He's reeling in, not using overtake. I think if he did use overtake, he would have had a great chance. But he still have a good chance. He thinks better of it. If he had committed to using overtake down there, he would have had that move for sure. Methinks.
Yeah, I think as well. Faxland, terrible exit there. Kieran Trapp as well.
Wide.
At the Scopo and Maximus going side by side into the snail section. And
well, Max was taking back the inside line. That was nice. Normally you can't always recover through there.
On the power. Yeah, good exit. With an assist of overtake as well. Down the inside.
This is
You want
good
to break
stuff.
a little bit. Oh, bit
Still side by
contact.
side. As they sweep through
Oh,
turn
we don't want
7.
to go side by side here now.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is
we
nice.
back
Yeah,
out.
he has to back out of that one. So there's a certain point where you have to back out of that. Good
Yeah, you
scrap
know
there.
yourself, like.
Good clean scrap. Bit of contact in place, but good. Generally speaking, good scrap between those two. There's scrap going on. Same part of the track. Ivazara and Saigate. That is for P12. Wing change going on that Ferrari. But we'll stick with this for a second, may as well. Before they get down to the DRS straight. The other group. Actually, Maximus has gained a lot of time in that section of the track.
Get on trap, overtake, DRS, enabled. He's gonna reel him in. Oh, he
Again,
goes
doesn't
off
commit
overtake.
fully to it. Now if he did, will he go for it this time again? If he committed to it, he would be through. Just needs to be committed with it. See his exit is like better exit this time, keeps within the confines of the trap. Again, he's less than 5/10 behind here, but again, this DRS straight just not long enough to get any sort of run.
No, it's not.
Because also the thing about this track,
needs-
the thing with turn 1 here is it's not a braking zone, so to speak. Like a, you know, you sweep into it, so you have to trust that if you are side by side, you can't dive into that turn. Otherwise, you're going to have a collision.
Decent exit. But Faxon got a decent one as well. I think he's just waiting. Like, I don't know. I think he's trying to get closer. I don't know. It's tough.
Now, to be fair, Faxon's got
to be fair, I think
13% on his ERS.
Oh, yeah. Well, then that says it all. Like, he should just go for it. Like
This lap, I would surely
Faxon,
has to be the one.
yeah.
Commit to it. Use that ERS. Use that advantage. And I think he'll have this one. Just needs a clean exit then off of this turn 13.
Section.
Which is easier said than done, of course. Especially in the dirty
Oh,
air.
it is. Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. He keeps a nice tight line.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
here
good.
we go.
It's good. Oh,
Dark is
Dark's off.
Just in front of that. Oh, and Zam spun around as well. Exactly the same place. Kieran Chap going for the move.
And he goes for the move.
Inside.
Needs to get off overtake. Needs to turn off overtake.
And he's through, then
Yes.
turns it off. So that's a good move. And
I've seen someone in the pits there.
Atlas then into the pits. And Factor has no ERS to respond with, even with DRS. So biding the time, Kieran Trapani makes that move into 4th place, which has suddenly now become well, in Cam pits, it'll be the race lead, possibly. So Storm
But
and
he's-
Zam both lost it, coming off of turn 13. Dark is
No,
into the pits to
Dark.
change his wing. Sorry, what did I say? I said, yeah, Zam did as well.
Storm.
I said Storm,
You
my
said
bad.
Storm.
Dark Storm, no,
Okay.
it's kind of the same thing.
Not really, no.
Medium
but okay.
tyres, no, you're right, it's not. Medium tyres for Dark. So Dark did not avoid the barrier then. Zam did. As a result, he's able to carry
Ivazara
on.
and Saigate.
Again.
They were close. Saigate going down the inside. Yes. Very good.
Can the Haas respond? Decent run.
Think he can, yeah.
Decent run. Overtake, yeah, I would do it as well. Saiga goes defensive into turn 6, bit later.
Really
he
squeezed.
brakes. Needs a decent exit and just couldn't quite nail it. We'll have to file in behind Saigate for now. But a nice little scrap there for P11. So Dark is not too far behind this then on his mediums. A long way for those mediums to go to the end, which would seem to me to suggest that this rain might be coming sooner than perhaps expected.
Oh, is there rain, is there? Didn't even know.
Well, what?
Oh, I didn't know there was rain, Graham.
What are you talking about? It's in the comments.
Facts
Joe.
and is, I didn't see the comments.
We talked about this earlier.
No, I didn't. I didn't look at it.
Oh, double lock up.
Thanks
there
for ruining the
Ivazara.
race for me. Thanks a million.
We talked about this.
For ruining this race, like
Nonsense.
It's okay, I seen.
Yes. No.
Nonsense. Nonsense.
Still going this battle for P11. That's the only reason why, because like you wouldn't get like that's 17 laps he's got to do on mediums, which is not going to be doable.
Oh, definitely not. No. Cheers, no.
Sticking with this battle though, for P11, there's a battle between the two Renaults
Yeah,
going on
Dark.
as well.
Dark is closing in on that as well.
Purple sector 2. For good measure, again, Faxland, you can see him on the map there, just not getting close enough to Kieran Trapp to make a move heading down towards that hairpin. Just needs to save a lot of PRS. Oh, another spinner off of the Florian this time. His luck is run out. A number of people losing it on the exit of that turn 13. That's the third one we've seen today, and like in the last 3 laps as well.
I think Dark's going to get an absolute slingshot of dreams here.
This would be for the fastest lap as well, I believe. So if he can clear both of them, then he's in good shape.
Oh, he definitely is, Graham. He's all over Ivazara. He's going to peel to the right. And he's going to get... Oh, Sygate's going to box him in here.
Oh, the wing has come off!
Oh my god!
Ivazara's moved across him, and chopped the wing off. Oh, and he's out of the race
put him into
the barrier. Oh dear. Not what you like to see, but now the immediate thought is there a safety car coming? A safety car would hugely benefit the top 3 right now. Well, sorry, more so the top 2. As we look at the stricken Red Bull. No sign of a safety car. That is genuinely surprising. I won't lie. No safety car for that. Wow. That would have done Akapang an absolute treat. Because it's the perfect time. As Ivazara.
Yeah, I don't know when this rain is.
Ivazara still battling with Sygate. So, Sygate almost comes across him, almost makes contact. Supposedly the rain is coming at the end of this race.
Yeah.
Camera angles are horrifically bad as Akapang now pits. But we're still looking at this battle, this feisty battle for P11. And Maximus into the pit as well, so Cam extending then. Oh, you should see this battle, Joe. It's something else.
Yeah, it's feisty.
It's going to end in another accident, I'm sure.
I think it will, Graham.
DRS though is open. Sygate goes defensive. Will any inch be given? Oh, he's through, to be fair. Oh, but he's lost
he
it.
drifts round the corner.
He did do a massive drift. And Sygate nips back through. Maximus then pits, and he's obviously just behind then these battling Renaults. Between Zam and Atlas, and then Florian just a few seconds behind that. So that's where we stand. Maximus then... I'm not sure where he might finish. He could get up to 6 if things go well, but he needs to dispatch those 2 Renaults first and foremost. Atlas will be a bit more difficult to dispatch because he's just on fresh softs or hards himself.
Cam is in.
Race leader finally in. I think he's going to emerge in the lead, I believe. I don't think Kieran Trapp will be close enough to... the gap is too big here. Let's see then. Yeah, this is actually going to be extremely comfortable, to be honest. Kieran Trapp just rounding the final corner now. And out comes Cam. And he is very much safely through. Oh, that gap comes down to maybe 5 seconds or so.
Grim.
It's just the timing screens getting used to getting sorted. 5 seconds then, pretty comfortable in the end.
Yeah, you have to remember though, Cam has to try and warm them tyres up. 10 tyres would be bad. But he's closing out with gap there.
It won't be great, but like he's not losing 5 seconds.
No.
So plenty of time to get those up to temperature. And yeah, should be a fairly straightforward race win then for Cam.
Atlas.
Nothing else goes wrong. 2 Renaults closed up once again. back within DRS. Oh, Atlas loses the back end. Will that invite Maximus to have a go? He's just a bit too far back, isn't he? Another 3 cars. I wonder if this will end in another incident, perhaps.
Stay tuned in.
We're basically just over halfway, just a little bit over halfway. That 15 of 28. A safety car.
Just got this rain in to spice it up, Graham.
Yeah, that and the safety car wouldn't go astray.
No, spice it up a bit. Maximus has to get a better run off this round.
Using the beautiful rear
camera. I think he's all over him.
Now that it works, you see, now it works and it works at 60 frames a second and not 30 frames a second. So even with DRS then...
Oh, he's closing in.
And he is going to get through. It's a very simple move in the end then. The switchback, not really possible. So Maximus then moves up into 8th place and sets off after the other Renault of Zam, who is still just within DRS then, but Maximus didn't have a DRS then for that for this run heading down towards turn 1, but Atlas isn't close enough to make a move to fight back at Maximus.
Ivazara and Saigate renew their battles again, and Ivazara gets a wonderful launch off the turn 13, and he's right behind.
Neymar's out.
Oh my god, and Neymar's out in the Narnia there.
Yeah, I was looking. Safety car.
Oh, the safety car!
And just when Ivazara is going to get that move done on Saigate, he has to back off. I saw what happened, by the way. I think Neymar just stuck it in the wall. I was looking at the rear camera of, I think it was Saigate there. And I just saw a Ferrari just career off behind. So I think I think that may have been intentional.
Yeah, yeah.
What are they doing? They just stopped, both of them, basically.
Illegal overtake glitch shy. Excuse my language.
It looks like they're gonna have to get on with it.
What are they doing?
I don't know. Cam is coming into the
What
pits.
What is going on here?
I don't know. They've lost a lot of time doing that. So Cam, having just pitted for hard, is going to come in. And the obvious play here is, of course, mediums.
Mediums, yes, of course.
So Cam on mediums. Softs, anyone?
No, this rain coming, Graham.
I kind of was.
Really?
Supposedly this rain is coming.
Yeah, apparently.
Apparently.
It doesn't look like it's coming anyways. Like, it looks beautiful, like, in Shanghai. Very mild.
I just want to keep watching Ivazara and Saigate here to see if anything else pops off while they're going around. Apparently they just pick up fresh mediums.
Yeah.
So this would be good though, because if this rain is supposedly coming, this safety car will only help bring it into play a bit sooner, given that we're all slowing down.
It doesn't look like it's going to rain though.
There are still 12 laps to go. So, you know, there's plenty of time. Plenty of time for it to happen. And plenty of time for Saigate and Ivazara to try and catch up to the back of the safety car, which I believe Cam has done. So, Atlas didn't pit, and neither did Florian. Everyone else is on brand new spanking mediums.
Yeah, do you think the boys will catch up?
Will they catch up? I really don't know.
Seems to be getting darker now.
It is getting dark a bit. Just look at the YouTube comments. Yeah, just looking at the comments there. Yeah, as we suspected, yeah, Dark just lost it coming out of turn 13. It's a shame because the pace was quite strong. But apparently that was his first attempt at league racing. So I hope that won't deter you from having more goes. Definitely now there's a shift, Joe. These clouds are definitely beginning to roll in.
Oh yeah, it's like a thunderstorm here. in Shanghai. Yeah, no, I don't think the boys will catch up.
I'm staying on board with them anyways, just because who knows what might pop off. Besides, they're also everyone's supposed to behave each other behind the safety car, so you know, assuming nothing's going to go wrong. I can't remember when Storm didn't lose after the corner got took off. I can't remember what incident that was though.
That was the turn. That was the Ivazara one when he straight someone in the snail section. Lap 1.
I thought that was
2.
Florian.
Yeah, so they. Well, it must have been Storm as well.
It was Florian though.
I'm not sure.
Storm, if you got the time, well, you know, he's telling you in the comments while he's racing. Now, look, you can always pause under the safety car and such, but
I doubt that's can't be doing that now. That's hazardous.
Correct.
The boys, I think the boys will catch up now, though.
Sidegate, okay. See, Sidegate is involved in a fair few incidents, so I'm not sure which one. There's been a lot of incidents this race. I think you're right, Joe. I think they will catch up
just about when everyone's slowing up, when the safety cars come in, like when they have to back up.
It should come in at the end of this lap.
Surely.
You'd imagine so.
After when is the probably mid snail?
It should be any moment now, to be honest. Yeah. If not, I think most places it's like sector 3. There's a lot of ground to cover between sector 3 start and then sector 3 end. So there's a chance you might be under this for another lap yet. Let's see.
Could be DRS. Maybe the last corner, maybe. I don't know, maybe they could be staying on another lap.
I reckon they're going out another
But
lap.
bites are after catching up. I say it's going to activate right now, or that.
It'd be a very late call, wouldn't it? Oh, it is.
Yeah.
That's a very late one. Alrighty. Get ready to go. Ivazara and Psychic have caught up. I think the tyres are... I think the tyre might be glitched here, Joe, because they're still on 0 laps, apparently. Which isn't the case. Anyways, Cam...
Oh, what?
Oh, he's lost the back end. Now, before you say anything, I think the Delta has prevented them from going any faster. I think because he caught up to the safety car.
That is
true.
Very...
This is a very frequent occurrence around China. Hold your tongue.
No,
right?
but you...
Hold your tongue. Let me explain in a second. Let's get through this first lap first. You got side-by-side action. Conti. Sorry, applying a Maximus. Oh, there's a car off. It's Ivazara. He's into the barrier, and this time he has lost his wing. Saiga already up to 9th place. Oh, he's more contact with Maximus. He is barging his way through. Aquapine then trying to hold on. So an eventual restart as the clouds gather over this circuit. Florian on those hard struggling.
Oh, 3 wide. Oh my, Conti straight past.
They just he's just falling on those hards. He's got wing damage as well as Florian. That will not help. As a Maximus, he's being absolutely swallowed.
Yeah, as I was saying, Graham, he was...
Let me explain first, right? Because I know what you're going to say. Especially around China, right? The safety car has to get into the pit lane. It has to get through and into the pit lane. As Maximus then on the outside of Sidegate, then heading down into the hairpin Sidegate later in the brakes. He's going to miss the corner a bit. He's actually made it.
The corner.
He made it, to be fair. Kieran Chaff actually in the back of Faxon. Hold on, we'll hold this thought because I'm going to explain. So the safety car has to get through into the pit lane. So you could put your throttle down. The speed initially goes, but then because it approximates where you are to the safety car, it then takes you off the throttle. And then the speed is cut. You can't go any faster. That's what happens, especially around this track. Oh, look at that! Florian's on intermediates. It hasn't even started raining yet, has it?
No,
it has not. So that's what happened to. That's what happened to Cam.
I thought you.
It's not intentional.
I thought you
it's notoriously bad around China. I've seen this in other league races in the past as well. And just for extra confirmation, Dark is in a party apparently with Cam, and that was indeed the case.
Okay, fair enough.
So, thankfully, I don't think anyone I don't think anyone was massively. I think the biggest loss was Kieran Trapp losing P2 there to Faxland as a result. So that's
my bad.
That. You were about to get very heated there, and I had to rush in and stop you.
Yeah, I was, and I just had, you're dead right. And here comes Kieran Trapp,
Joe.
like it.
Absolutely, stick with it, Joe.
Torpedo, is he going for a move? No, he doesn't. He back. Ooh, yeah, I don't even want to back from. Will he get a better run though? Out last two corners. If he gets a better run now, this corner, he should definitely go for it. Like, he gets it. Oh, and the rain's here.
Rain. No.
I think he should.
Yes. I think he should have used a bit more, to be honest. Aquaplaning.
They're going to find it hard now.
Side by side. As the rain is falling, and falling quite quickly too.
Oh, contact.
Bit of contact indeed. Conti trying to hold us down the inside.
This rain's going to come thick and fast, I think. It will.
I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the lap if they had to come in. The rain around here can be very, very quick to fall, and it's falling quite rapidly, so within the next lap or two we're going to have to come in for intermediates then, surely. Although Florian has obviously bolted on way too soon. So they might get one run of DRS here before it's disabled. Zam running through there into P8 and Aquaplaning and Atlas, very tight. Just about making through, and look at
DRS disabled straight away.
Yeah. Like
Boys, get in for them inters.
It comes down quick around here, very quick, and they're tiptoeing around.
Oh, they're struggling like mad.
Conti getting by Atlas then, that's for P5. Maximus. Owen Sygate is, I think he's put Atlas round. I just missed that. I would have to look at it again, but there is contact between the Williams for sure.
Oh, but Cam goes very wide. The boys are struggling. Oh, and Faxland is wide as the gate.
Oh, look at this. Look at that, less than one lap. Drivers are going to be careful driving into this pit lane not to break and fall into the Lewis Hamilton barrier, and also stop in time and not speed into the pits. A tentative entries going on, as you would expect.
I thought Planning was going to win the wall there.
Maximus almost losing the back end then. So very busy pit lane then. Ivazara's off.
Yellow flags here. Oh, Ivazara's dead.
Yeah. So out comes Cam onto the intermediates then. Kieran Trapp, Fax, and then still quite close together. But job overtaking is obviously increased much more so in the west than in the dry. See, Psyche just coming out behind Conti then. Doesn't look like, Joe, to be fair, doesn't look to be too bad on the old stacking there. Everyone seems to be out fairly quickly, despite obviously a few teammates having to stack as well. To be fair, though, there's one. To be fair, there's one Haas, there's one Racing Point, there's one Williams, there's one Alfa Romeo. You know, that bit has helped as well. But side by side action.
Yeah, it has.
Storm on the outside of Sygate.
Oh my!
Can he get a switch back? It get difficult to get. How quickly he got on the throttle. Storm using that medium TC to great effect.
Oh, you use medium TC?
Well, yeah, I could see he's using medium TC because he's fully on the throttle.
You use it?
Of course I don't use it. No.
Oh.
Joe, you should know me better than that.
Well, Graham, I have to race with you young, so.
Yeah. And you should know that I haven't used no TC for a long time.
Okay, Graham, back to racing. We don't want to hear your life story. Thank you.
Great. There's a 4-car squabble here, Joe. P6.
Graham, I think it's full wets here territory.
It wouldn't surprise me if you got to that point. Little light on the rain for the time being for the moment. Let's see then.
Bucket it down here.
Storm on the back of Sygate. All the MDs are. Only bit of extra straight line speed assistance they're going to get is with their ERS. Sygate moving under braking a bit. That's a little naughty. Moving a little bit under braking there to get back to that racing line.
It's been around the block. He's been there. He's had a bad line there. Sygate. Storm gets a better run.
Very good run.
But not much straight. Ivzara sit on mediums for some reason.
You're right. For some reason, indeed.
Oh!
The contact.
The contact. Yeah, the contact there. Rear to front.
Maximus just behind this as well. Is Conti using this squad?
Oh, he gets a better run again.
We switch the inside. I thought he might. He's
going deeper.
Oh, he's been squeezed.
Oh, he just squeezed him, like, push him off, like.
Sure, he won't be too pleased.
Disgusting.
This is what Conti needs, though. But he needs to be taking advantage of it, though. He's still, the gap is still the same, as these two have been squabbling the entire way. Let's see. It is getting quite heavy.
Yeah, I don't know why Ivazar is still out, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, just going for full wets, like. They're losing it, like. I don't see the point in it, like. Oh my god.
Snail's pace, indeed. Coming out of this section.
Oh, Storm gets a better run again.
It's a drag race.
So I guess.
Down to the line. So, Psyche's got a lot more ERS. And Maximus joining the fray here with the slipstream as well. See Psyche putting back in front. Oh, Storm has moved slightly across on Maximus there. There's a little bit of contact. He still keeps it in a straight line. The gap at the front hasn't been changing much. It's still 8.7. And Kieran Chap has been steady 1.5, 1.6 kind of range. Another attempt then for Storm, but he's
Storm has
ERS.
very, very little ERS.
None, you might say, as well. And
Correct.
That's really affecting him. Because that's all you have basically to pull you down that straight. Slipstream will help, but the ERS needs to be the thing to finish the job. I wonder if that will leave him vulnerable then to Maximus behind, who's got a fair chunk of ERS himself. Just has to bide his time and be patient.
I think he's just waiting, Graham, being honest with you.
Yeah, I wouldn't rush into anything here, because the likelihood of an accident happening up front here is fairly high.
Yeah, it is.
And Storm does have a penalty as well.
I believe Psyche has too as well.
I think so as well.
Ooh.
So, it is very heavy, this rain. I wonder if we'll get to the point where we might need full wets. It'll be interesting to see as Storm is pushing Psyche through.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, I had to go out and get the umbrella there. Drowned wet here.
You would.
Is he gonna go for it? Maximus must lost a bit of time there.
He's lost a lot of time.
Whoa, bit of movement, another bit of movement.
Again, a little later in the brace, can't get any switchback, more difficult in the wet, of course.
Can he? No, yeah. No. File in.
Get some sort of switch here on.
Oh, better run.
It's a good run.
Way better run. But the ERS is the factor, Graham.
Now, to be fair, you say that. Psyche now has just as much ERS, or just as little rather, as Storm.
Oh,
He's fighting the back end every which way. Creeping on. I was going to say creeping on the throttle, but that's actually not true. He's on medium TC. The foot is to the mat.
Foot is to the floor.
So
say no more,
not so much feathering the throttle as more so the traction control is doing its job to take the revs out.
Duties, doing its duties.
It almost looks like full TC at points. It just so it does. Go on board with it and look at the throttle there.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Like if he comes out of this corner, he's just gonna be flat. He's already flat. Well, medium TC is easier these days than it was before,
but Kieran Trapp is closing in on Faxland. The gap was 1.1, now it's 7/10.
That it was. He's got a good bit more ERS this time too. So let's see if he can put it to use as we begin lap 26. 3 laps to go. And again, Cygate and Storm. Oh, Kieran Trapp. He would be safe for a podium spot, but that basically ends any pursuit of P2.
of happiness.
No, well, not happiness. I'm thinking you'd be happy with the podium.
Yeah, I know. I said it to him. I said, no way.
Another run
Just
then.
have Storm and Psygate here battling.
Max has dropped back big time. 2.4. So this looks like it's going to be our tastiest battle to end this race, and it's been back and forth. Creeping, and again, fully on the throttle. Who can get on the throttle fully first? Decent run. Oh, very decent run. Again, that's going to the outside. He should duck back to the inside. Again, he's leaving himself squeeze on there. I think maybe you could try switch to the inside. Do a Ricardo on him. He is side by side. He stick his nose in there. He's going to try, but I think he's going to have to siege this one. See if he can switch outside to in. And just no way to make a move from behind at this stage. You have to be side by side. But his ERS is looking in a little better shape. Going Sygate dummying to the left. Or switching back to the right. Oh, he's pushing that Williams through. Absolutely pushing it. Let's see what the exit is like. Looks pretty decent. Oh, almost losing the car a little bit there. I think this time he's got a good chance. Commit to the inside. Commit. He has.
Commit. No.
It's just like he's
yes.
always eased up on the brakes a bit. And Sage was later on the brakes. That really helped him. You see, Storm had to get off. Oh, Ginny Mac, I thought that was an almighty accident. It was just lag. Oh, I thought that was something. I thought that was going to be nasty. A bit of lag going on as we reach the second last lap of this race. Sygate holding on. And Maximus has been allowed to get back into this fight. Just behind these two now.
Yeah.
Oh, Maximus fighting the back end very much out of turn 6. Still, Storm trying to weather it. Trying to take P7 off of Sygate. It's tough. It's tough, rough stuff. Just another lap and a half to go. Less than a lap and a half to go. Can Storm find any way through? Sygate had to measure from every time. Oh, this could be the one. This could be the one. Needs to use that ERS. But Sygate's got just as much to fight with himself. So he has to rely on a slipstream to pull him through. Just send it. Sygate's defensive. And see Storm trying to get later.
He's getting very frustrated.
He is. As we begin the final lap of the race. But Sygate's done nothing wrong. Oh, he's sending around the outside. Surely not. No, there's no way around there. Sygate's been clean mostly in his defense here since the rain, to be fair to him. Storm just hasn't had to measure down that back straight. You have one more attempt to do so, while trying to keep Maximus behind as well. I'll tell you whose pace was very strong in these inters is Florian, who was miles behind, I believe. And is now closer to this bit of action. He won't get to where Sygate and Storm are, but he was miles behind at some stage. Oh, that's another.
Oh, you're right, yeah, he's up. Oh.
But he does have the gap. I actually want to look at that, how far Florian was when this rain actually hit and everyone's out of the pits. He was a good 5-6 seconds at least. He made up a lot of time, to be fair, because the rain came very quickly. Meanwhile, Cam coming out of the hairpin. He has dominated proceedings today. The race that probably should have been the case in Bahrain has been the case in China. He comes across the line to take the flag and the race win. A great drive from him. Faxland, similarly strong on the pace again today, is going to take a handy P2. Kieran Trapp will take P3, a podium for the Irishman. Nothing seems to be changing down that back straight. Aquapine then is going to come across the line to take 4th place with penalties of his own. He'll stay at that gap, 7.5 seconds. Zam might take Aquaplaning 8/10. It was close. A quiet but very solid drive for Conti. He's going to finish in P6. And Cygate is going to take P7 on track, but I think Maximus is going to jump both of them. No. Penalties even themselves out. Cygate, Storm, Maximus. And then it was Florian and Atlas. And then Ivazara a lap down to finish this Chinese Grand Prix. Joe, why did you type "is there rain" in the chat when they're all racing 21 minutes ago?
I wasn't sure.
Joe, but they're racing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Joe.
Graham.
A very dominant display for Cam.
Yeah, dominant display by Cam there. Takes the win in China. Followed by Faxland in 2nd. 3rd, Kieran Trapp, a good podium after last week's disaster. 4th is Aquaplaning, a good result by him as well. Zam in 5th, Conti in 6th, Cygate in 7th, Storm in 8th, Maximus in 9th, Florian in 10th, a good result for Florian after his difficulties during the race. Atlas in 11th, and Ivazara, who managed a 5-stop strategy, in 12th. We lost Neymar and Dark, unfortunately.
Yes, Pole Sitter Dark we lost from this race.
Yeah.
You mentioned the 5 stops. He finished the race, so he got himself some points.
He did finish the race, yeah. About 7 laps behind. Well, he finished the race.
Just 1 lap behind, but
1 lap behind. Sorry, I didn't see that.
Yeah. That's 7. Anyways, any final thoughts on that race, Joe? The racecraft was improved from Bahrain, but that isn't saying much.
It was... I don't know, Graham. It was a bit... You know yes. Yourself. You've seen it.
I did see it.
So I'm not going to go into any more detail over it. Best we move on to next week. Just keep our head up. And I'll deal with it later on.
You say next week. What is the story?
Next week is Catalonia, Barcelona, Graham.
Oh, fantastic.
Spain. Love Spain.
Yes, you
do.
That? Yes, I know.
I absolutely despise this track.
Well, so you have a lot to look forward to then.
Spain next week. Tune in, 8 o'clock. Hopefully myself and Graham will take it through. I could be away. I could have plans, but I don't want to tell you my life story. Tune in next week, 8 o'clock. For myself and Graham. Goodbye.
See you later.